Howdy football fans. Well, we got us a matchup this week, huh? WestLake against North Shore. WestLake has won 54 consecutive games and they're set, if they get by North Shore, to be the only team that's ever won 4 state 6A Division I championships in a row. North Shore, on the other hand, is a state champion team. They have won 3 out of the last 4 state championships themselves. But the way that the brackets worked out, these 2 powerhouses, which are the 2 highest ranked teams in all of Texas, are set to meet this Saturday. And since I filmed their last meeting, I felt it would be appropriate to give you a little of the story behind the story concerning this upcoming matchup. The 2021 game was the only UIL game I ever filmed where there was a deep, lasting controversy about the officiating of the game. I've done a little officiating and I didn't like it much because everybody was always mad at me. I quit. So my heart is in no way to undermine the wonderful officials that we have in the UIL, but because this was a big controversy, I am going to address it a little bit. One comment on my last video was this: I live in Philly and I heard about the racially biased non-calls in this North Shore WestLake game. So when news of the officiating situation is reaching even Philadelphia, I feel it's worthy for me to give a comment on this as we go into the next game. There was also 2 comments on the last game about me having a bias against WestLake because my son was badly injured in the Battle of the Lakes. I'm going to comment on that also. I'm not doing any of this comment in any way to tarnish WestLake's last victory over North Shore, but I think some of my 4,700 subscribers like to know the story behind the story as this big game approaches. So here it is. When I bring you these games, I try to bring them to you as a neutral spectator. But although many times they give me media passes, I don't film from the sidelines because I like that vantage point that a little higher gives you. But the last time I filmed this game, I was on the North Shore sideline. Now, in any football game, there is a collection of fans who may even get pretty angry about some of the referees' calls. But the refs generally do the best they can. And trust me, I've done some reffing and I understand that the refs are doing the best job that they can viewing the game in real time. But with this game, it was much, much more than an occasional anger at what was perceived as a bad call. But the North Shore sideline really felt that the refs were the 12th man on the field. And it wasn't so much from what I filmed, but what I didn't film. The way I film a game is I film the action and I cut out the huddles. But after the action, and I did not catch it on tape, a WestLake player fully punched a North Shore player while they were on the ground. It was things like that that inspired the guy from Philly to make the comment that he did. That sentiment, maybe because I was on the North Shore sideline, bled through my commentary a little bit and inspired the 2 comments that every time I film a WestLake game, I'm like against them. But first of all, that's not really true. I feel privileged to live in the city where there's this great team named WestLake, and I've been a big Drew Brees fan for years and years. There's proof. For those of you that don't know, Drew Brees and Nick Foles and some other great quarterbacks hailed from WestLake. Now I want to take a minute and address this accusation that I'm always against WestLake whenever I film one of their games, which I don't think is true because look at the WestLake South Lake Carroll game that I filmed. It has 15,000 views. It's a good game. You should see it. The accusation that I'm against WestLake stemmed from the fact that my son Abe tore his ACL and MCL in the Battle of the Lakes. And here's a little history about that. This writer for the Austin Statesman had him as his preseason pick for the All-Central Texas Player of the Year. But football's a rough sport, and as Abe was having a tremendous senior season, averaging over 12 yards per carry, squatting well over 500 pounds, he had so much horsepower in that body that his knee kind of gave out and he snapped his ACL and tore his MCL in front of 10,000 people in the Battle of the Lakes. But in my defense, I will say that I was not bitter about that. I realized football is a rough sport, and there was nothing that any Westlake athlete did to cause my son to completely sever his ACL and tear his MCL. But I will say that it hurt personally that the Westlake players would not take a knee when my son Abe went down. Now I get it that the Battle of the Lakes is one of the biggest rivalries in all of high school football, and that Abe was a big problem for Westlake. In fact, while Abe was the starter, Lake Travis won in both 2014 and 2015. In one of the years, I got my car keyed down at Chaparral Stadium. But when Abe went down with that terrible injury, Harvard quit talking to him, and his chances of a big D1 school were greatly minimized.
Minutes to go, a run and a leap over the pile. And that's another touchdown for the Penn Quakers. Abe Willows, have yourself a day.
So no matter how serious the rivalry, I feel it's appropriate that when any player goes down with a serious injury, that the other players, even on the opposing team, take a knee for that event, because it might be them next. So only God knows what's in my heart as a result of these things. But I will say that we Austinites tend to root for Austin teams when it goes to the big show. And if you will look at my filming of the Westlake South Lake Carroll game, I don't think you will see any bias in there. Tension, rivalry, story, it's all there, folks, in this North Shore Westlake matchup. Enjoy the game. These are the two highest ranked teams nationally out of all of Texas football. And Max Preps has North Shore ranked number 8, Westlake ranked number 9. Next highest, according to Max Preps, is Denton Geyer at number 10 and Duncanville at number 12. There are striking similarities between this game and the last time that North Shore and Westlake met. Again, a semifinal match. At that time, both teams had at least a 22-game winning streak. Both teams were undefeated in the regular season.
This game really is one for the ages. Two unbeaten teams, undefeated in the season, and with streaks reaching deep into the previous season. There's those who would argue that this is the real championship final.
Something they worked on specifically at some of the camps. I brought my son Abe to punching the ball out. They'll have whole 15-20-minute sessions on punching the ball out and what a running back does to defend against that. Cheerleaders are getting ready to tumble. Marchers getting ready to march. The band is getting warmed up. Club Nick taking a few shots down the field. Beautiful day for football.
There it is, folks, the number 2 team in the country getting ready to square off against the number 10 team in the country. Westlake is state champions with a 22-win streak. They have held every opponent to 14 points or less. And Galena Park North Shore is on about a 26-game win streak. They haven't lost since early last season versus the Katy Tigers. Galena Park North Shore won the toss. They will defer, and so it begins. The epic battle between the unbeaten. I would characterize this as the most dynamic team in the USA. playing the team with the stingiest defense, Westlake. Number 3, one of the best corners in the nation. Then I interviewed his brothers and sisters, and Kate Klubnik and his bevy of receivers. They've got a run-heavy offense this year. They'll probably come out with the run. Oh! And NorthShore is able to get on him in time to disrupt the play. And NorthShore holds firm. Klubnik back, looking deep. He's got his man, number 5. Number 19 is one of his favorites also. There he is, number 19. He doesn't have his helmet, but he does have the ball. He's going without the ball. Without the helmet, excuse me. That was a little bit crazy, but they might give it to him. Let's see what happens. Luke Nicholas loses a helmet and takes off down the field. Number 19, he's probably Klubnik's favorite receiver. They call him the face mask. Westlake is on the march. The rankings have Westlake 8 points below NorthShore, but I think it's closer than those rankings would indicate, because I've seen Westlake upset the perennial power with the longest win streak in high school football, the second longest, Allen, and they went in there and upset them. So though they're ranked 8 points lower, they are not an inferior team in my opinion. 2nd and 7 for the Chaps. He's got a 2-back set. It's like a running play, and it is. No, Klubnik will take it himself. That'll bring up a big and important 3rd and 7. Boy, how'd you like to be running behind that big front line? Got a 2-back set, Zane Morris on the right. He would be the premier ball carrier. He's off to the left. Klubnik looks at him, looks him off. He's got somebody, but he's down short of the sticks. Would have had it if he wouldn't have tripped over his own man, but since he did, it looks like their effective field goal unit will come on to give it a try. It's up, it's a crazy looking kick, but it's good. Able to capitalize on the drive with 3. The Westlake Chaparrals will kick it off to the most dynamic offensive team in the nation. NorthShore has pretty much been the Demetrius Davis dual threat quarterback show with his star receiver, number 2. That time Davis went to his star receiver, Shadrack. Whoa! Dynamic run. Picks up 6, 7. That was number 32, Xavier Owens. Looks like he's coming out of the game for this set. We could see it pass, folks. That'll take him up 15 yards and give him a first down. Shadrack Banks was a first-team all-district wide receiver. He is a 4-star recruit, number 2. Oh no! Westlake will pick it up, and that will be good enough for Reed at the 12-yard line. Westlake side is going crazy. Who could have ever predicted this? Number 27, their backup running back, well, their second threat, fumbles the ball, and Westlake is in position. Trying to give him some cheer, trying to keep his head in the game. That would be a rough position to be in. 2nd and 2 for the Chaps. He's rolling right, he's looking left. He's got his man. That will be a touchdown. So it's 7:22 left in the first quarter. We've got the Chaps up 9-0. That'll be a 10-0 ball game. Rashad, that just fumbled it, was only a sophomore. He's got a great future ahead of him. But I'm sure that would be a really rough place for a sophomore running back to be in, having coughed up the ball and the resulting touchdown. But he'll be a great one, obviously. A sold-out crowd here today. I kind of wonder why there's space in the stands. It must be because of COVID. They were only allowing a certain amount. That kicker do have a leg. And the dynamic North Shore squad takes the field for the second time today. He's got space, and he's got power, and he's got size. Shadrach Banks is 6'1" and 215 pounds. He's the senior. The other back, Rashad, is 27. He's a sophomore. He's back to pass. And that strong Westlake defense moves in for the sack. That'll take it back to a 3rd and about 14. Last week, the Chaparrals got off to a hard start with 3 turnovers in the first half and a missed field goal, but they came out this second half and dominated, holding Steele to 0 points. Now, Steele is a team that is very dynamic. Their quarterback, Warren Beagle, alone should have been able to get a touchdown. He's one of the most dynamic rushing quarterbacks in the whole 6A. But they held them to 0 points. Oh, a much-needed first down for the North Shore Mustangs. And with that much-needed first down, they'll take control at the 34-yard line. Beautiful. It's complete to number 14, Charles King. He's a 6'1", 205 secondary threat. He's back. He's looking. Flake comes in. That was intended for King, but we do have a flag on the field. No foul. We've got 3rd and 2 feet at the 44-yard line. Davis gives it to the back. He's got it, and more. Gains 4 and an important first down. Xavier Owens comes out. They'll give, I believe it's Rashad, another go. No, this is another running back, number 21. That was number 21, Xavier Orr, with the carry. There's our star, nothing there. Lake squad is a very disciplined defensive squad. My son Abe Willows was a 6A back that averaged 12.3 yards per carry, and one year that Westlake squad held him to 25 yards on 20 carries. That shows you what they can do to a defense. Yards do not come easy against Westlake. And Shadrach fighting his way forward for a gain of about 6. Setting up for a punt, and they do indeed punt. A good punt and a good punter. Takes a good Mustang bounce. Looks like he may have touched it. Boy, I thought I saw Chaparral Lake touch that ball. And can they stop Katy Stadium? Wide receiver Luke Nicholas, number 19, and running back Carter and St. Lawrence. Klubnik is a surprisingly durable quarterback who is not afraid to just keep it and do a Lamar Jackson. Sam Ellinger, that just completed 4 years for the Texas Longhorns. He came out of Westlake. Drew Brees came out of Westlake, and I believe Nick Foles did also. The home of some of the greatest quarterbacks in the United States, Westlake Chaparrals. They're getting some jams going. And we will need a defensive stand here. That'll move the chains. Have you ever seen a more beautiful day for football? It's about 60 degrees, sun is shining. That'll be gain of about 5. Up to what looks like the 21-yard line. They got punched in the gut, but I have a feeling that they've been here before and they know how to rally back. They're a seasoned team, and they were last year's state champions in Division I, so I think they will have an answer. The Mustangs are down by 10, but I have a feeling they're a team that doesn't give up easily. The Westlake side was indeed jubilant after that 10-0 first quarter. Klubnik back. A dangerous tip leads to an incompletion. 6-yard gain makes it 2nd and 4 for the Chaps. And they beat Klubnik with amazing force, driving him back. We've got a big 3rd down and almost 5. Beautiful pass to his favorite target. But it looks like it may be just barely moving the chains. Well, I think they'd better get that star quarterback, Denver, on number 19, because he's just way too open too often. He's dropping back to pass. He's in trouble, and they got him! Intentional grounding. Refs evidently deliberating whether they'll tack on that grounding penalty or just let him be down in the backfield. And the defensive hold will offset the intentional ground, and Westlake will be given a gift of the replay of 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29. Owens in the backfield, and it is a run. Powering forward for about 6 yards. Excuse me, folks, that was St. Morris, number 20. And Westlake has a lot to be happy about after 1 quarter of play. The score is 10-0 Westlake after 1. Klubnik has his back. Morris, he's rolling to the right. He guns it in. He's not able to call it in. And that'll be a welcome sight to the Galena Park Mustangs. Is it going to be a fake? The man behind me seems to think so. Barely gets it off. And it's not that long of a punt. And with the best field position they have, number 4, dual threat, Demarius Davis goes to work with his favorite target, number 2, Shadrach Banks. Davis is a dual threat, and you can see why. Number 2, Banks was injured much of his junior year, but he's come back really strong. Davis will keep it himself for a first down. It's like Davis has decided that if he needs to pack up this team on his shoulders and get the W, he's willing to do it. Their first string running back is in, poised, looking ready. He's back. He's hauled down behind the line of scrimmage by about 10 yards. He was not able to evade the tide of blue and white. Whoa, look at that intensity driving number 27, Rashad, back. That's the same back that let her loose earlier in the game. But he's picked himself up and going forward. I guess you are seeing why Westlake held Steele to 0. They've got quite a core out there. Possibly an underestimated core. He's back to pass. He's got number 8 for the score. And they get on the board, folks. Beautiful. Hit him right in stride. And big number 83 will try for the point after. Oh, almost lost, but we got us a 7-10 ball game. I want to see what kind of camera that guy's shooting with. And their spirits are higher on the sideline. Gave that Mustang crowd something to cheer about big time that time. All right, Scarlett Dad there. Is this Scarlett Mom? Hey, Scarlett Mom. That's what we're talking about. You guys got a son on the team? No. Okay.
You want to sit back in my shirt?
Hey, Banks Nana. Now, Banks, is he the running back?
Yes, number 2.
Number 2.
All day, every day.
Are you his mother?
I'm his aunt.
Oh, his aunt. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Now make sure he gives you some tickets to those college games.
Exactly.
With good field position, the Chaps take control at their own 34-yard line. He's a big, tall guy who's gotten tons of recruiting offers, Sputnik. Tripped up after a gain of 5. Back to pass. He drills it. Number 10. He was looking up the sidelines, but he barely stepped out of bounds. Oh, and a big false start penalty comes in to rob that play. I'm really impressed by the size of that offensive line. Look at those dudes. I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of them has at least a D2 offer. He's got number 9. Not much there. I don't know if it's just me, folks, but I'm feeling a shift of momentum here. We've got a 3rd and 10 and a North Shore team that seems to believe in their destiny. Putting it back. He's looking, he's in trouble. Incomplete. quarterback Denver down. This could be huge, folks. Play. He looked like he was in pain, and he's still down. Only a football player's dad like me understands the impact. He's getting up. All right, he walked off on his own steam at the end. I saw my son have a ACL tear against WestLake in front of about 10,000 people in Austin, Texas. The thrill of victory, the agony of something like that. But I was fortunate to see my son rehabilitated, and he flew a little bit under the radar in college just because that terrible injury took about a year and a half to rehabilitate physically and another year to rehabilitate mentally when you tear an ACL and MCL. Oh! He's got some moves, folks. No team this whole season has scored more than 14 points on WestLake. We'll see if the NorthShore Mustangs can do it. Davis and Core. Davis drops back. Perfect pass. Oh, he couldn't hang on. Shadrach could not find the handle that time. We've got 7:15 remaining in the half. A score of WestLake 10, Mustangs 7. Second down and 10. That'll be a handoff. Not much there. Xavier Owens, number 32, stopped for just a couple that time. He's got some space. Fighting forward, number 4.
Do it again. Get a first down. First down.
Davis comes out after that play. I don't know if he's shaken up. Oh, excuse me. That, my friends, was just a third down that didn't convert. And a good punt. This guy's got a leg. Whoa! He did not convert that. He got pulled over big time. Klubnik and company take over at the 22-yard line. He's back, he's looking. Second and 10 after Klubnik throws it out of bounds. Klubnik back, Klubnik looking. Number 9 gets 13-yard completion. On the 39-yard line. The back trips up, there's no gain there. Second and 9. Screen pass set up, nope, he's going downfield. That'll drop it complete. And a big third and 9. He's got his two favorite receivers on one side, my side. Looks like could be false start. Hey, they're going to like that at NorthShore. With 4:46 remaining in the half, my gut feeling is that whether they convert or not here could determine who leads as they go into the locker room. Klubnik back, Klubnik looking left. Fires a beautiful pass that could not quite be held on to by number 19. Star wideout Rashad Banks is doing the honors as the return man. I'm going to keep the camera on him. I'll narrate the punt. He's got it. He's punting just fine. I wanted you to see what he does. Okay. Not much. The defense has been doing their work out there. Now let's see what the offense can get done. Coach giving some instruction on the sidelines.
Second on the play, number 44, taking around. Second and 6.
Shadrack goes for a good, strong run. Get him involved one way or the other. He's got time. He's got lots of time. Number 8 is complete. He's still on his feet. Shadrack comes out for a series.
It'll be first down in this game, 26.
Some of these big programs, even their third string in a position is incredible. I watched a game in Allen, and the backup quarterback had an offer from Oregon. That was the third string running back in there. Davis got pulled to the turf pretty hard that time. Penalty flags on the play. They'll decline that and take that sack. We've got us a 2nd and 15. Davis drops back. He's looking right. He's got a man open. Oh! Glanced off his hands. That'll bring up 3rd and 15. They've got a pretty good punter. I don't know how their kicker is. They are within field goal range of a good kicker. Not much there for number 4, Demetrius Davis. Look at that big number 77. And they're going to go for it. And a fumble. Westlake's got the ball. 1st and 10. Chaps on about the 28-yard line. He's back. He's looking. He's got his guy. Oh, dangerous tip. With 2:12 remaining in the half. The Chaps are up by 3 points. He drops back to pass. He's going to take it himself, and he's got a lot of space. Almost moves the chains, and he will. And a big holding penalty. Robs all that progress. That's bringing up almost 2nd and 25. That's a lot of real estate. Klubnik has an arm and some receivers. Hey, they'll surprise people with the run, and he's got all kinds. That was number 22. And he's not even on my radar. Oh! WestLake is knocking on the door. WestLake touchdown, number 14. Nick Morris with the touchdown, and the extra point is good. Bringing our score today to 17-7. Number 27 looks like he'd be a hard package to stop. Sophomore Rashad. With 57 seconds left, I'm sure the Stains are thinking a nice deep ball. which they have executed time and again all season long. But can they do it against the Westlake Chaparrals? Westlake's last loss was 23 games ago to the Lake Travis Cavaliers, who my son played for. Coach Todd Dodge tells his teams that if they make the semifinals, their names will go on the wall of fame. And this squad will indeed get their name on the wall of fame. They got a championship last year in Division II 6A, and now they're shooting for going to the final in Division I 6A to add to their resume. 57 seconds left on the clock. Oh, a nice give. A nice give, and that'll be a gain of a few. Xavier Owens gains 3. Looking. He's in trouble. He buys some time. Overthrown. Davis back, he's got time, he's got his, oh, can't seem to hang on. Oh, it's an interception. I can see a look of somewhat despondency on some of the Mustangs' face. I know that they're the team that is used to being in this position as they go into the half, but I'm sure these great coaches will have some good things to encourage them with. And that'll end the first half. With the Westlake 17, North Shore 7.
This to our playoff routine a few years ago at the request of the one and only Coach Todd.
And as our second half begins, we've got a barn burner up in Dallas. 13 to, I believe, it's 7, with Duncanville barely over South Lake Carroll. Number 2, Graham, he's got a little hole, he jukes, he's still on his feet. Mustangs deferred, so it's their ball. Oh, he's got some nice moves. Those guys are just very skilled in going for the meat of the body in the tackle. And that avoids the shifty moves to work. A small loss on the play. Have a great run, will move the chains. Giving it to him with a run. And that's sophomore Rashad, number 27. Rashad Johnson with a beautiful 6-yard run. That kid is going to be something else. He's only a sophomore. Built like a freight train. That'll be a keeper, and that'll move the chains. Looks like their new strategy is to just move the chains and get 4 yards of carry and hold those deep balls for another day. Methodical first downs seems to be the new strategy. May have been a false start. Call was illegal snap. That'll bring up 1st and 15. Davis back with the keeper. He's got, oh boy, that Westlake defense just penetrates. They're relentless in pursuit until they get through that line and into the backfield. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in the playoffs thus far. Second and 15. He's got his man. Beautiful. A Good advance by Xavier Owens. Brings up a 3rd down and 4.5. And that is a loud sector of the stadium. 2-back set. Looks like some movement up front. Shadrack, the wide receiver on the run. Definitely seems like the Mustangs have decided upon a new plan of attack. 4-yard conversions. Throw it away! Someone behind me advising to throw that one away, and probably wisely so. 2nd and 10 Mustangs. Driving on the 40-yard line. 8:12 to go in the half. A longer drive that would keep that potent Westlake offense off the field seems to be what the doctor ordered. Number 27, Rashad, is coming off with what looks like an ankle. It's a good thing they have 2 great backs in addition to him. Kicked. Well, I like their earlier formula of those 4 or 5-yard gains. That was not what they needed. And that defense is stirred up and only. Not everyone realizes the price some of these young men pay to play this game. 2nd and almost 10. He wraps him up after a gain of 6. 3rd and 1. They met him in the backfield, and that will be short of the sticks. As that play lost a yard, so they will punt it away, and that's not a very good punt. Coach Jackson's ball. Unsportsmanlike on number 5. 15 yards back. Davis will take charge. Beautiful. He's got space. He appears really winded or possibly hurt. There we go, number 2. There we go, Shadrack. His number's been called a lot today. He probably just needed a breather. We've got 5:34 remaining in the 3rd with a score of 7-17. Shadrack is not in the game. And that's a screen look. Oh, good play. That Westlake core holds firm. Shadrack coming on back into the game. I like the way that play developed. It looked like a sure running back screen. And it was really a fake. It didn't yield much, but it sure developed nicely. Big number 2 will take it again. And the punt took a good bounce for him. That'll pin him deep. Well, that defense is being called upon to make another stand. Number 14 wanted the flag and won't get it. Nick Morris was not able to make that grab, and we've got to run it back up the gut for a gain of about 4. And a big stand needed here on 3rd down. It'll be a keeper. Good moves by Lubnick. With the 4th and 2 feet, the Chaparrals will line up to punt. Beautiful spiraling kick to midfield. And with 2:03 remaining in the 3rd, the Mustangs get good field position at midfield to start. Davis on the keeper for the touchdown! Mustangs a feeling on the sidelines that this one is within reach. One of the only teams this year to even score 14 on Westlake. But they look poised to make a defensive stand. And a beautiful catch, and he takes off with great speed. Whoa, clear out to the 42-yard line. He really didn't waste any time whatsoever. Caught it and north-south upfield. That's what I like to see. This game really is one for the ages. Two unbeaten teams, undefeated in the season, and with streaks reaching deep into the previous season. Oh, that was a dangerous throw. There's those who would argue that this is the real championship final. Yeah, big sack. He's slow and getting up. That's just what the Mustangs needed after that tremendous punt return. And a big 3rd and 20. Back, he's rolling right, he's looking left, he's got his guy, number 22, looks like a big tight end, and that will be 14 yards short. And they look like they're going for it. Can they really be going for it? Yes, I think they could. It's just that, oh no, it's a squib kick. And that'll fare well for the Mustangs. Number 10, he looks like a real spark plug for that defense. And with 11 seconds remaining, Davis looks like he's wanting to run again. And at the end of 3, we have a score of 14-17. I like the way number 10, Keith Battles, keeps firing up his guys. Sometimes what you need is a spark plug. An emotional leader. In the battle of the unbeaten, as the 4th quarter begins, we've got us a score of 14-17. And it's a run up the gut, which will yield a maybe 1. Correction, Shadrach gained 3 on that play. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. And a big 5. Maybe the biggest 3rd down in these young men's lives. Oh, and the Chaps get him in the backfield. That Chaparral defense read the play, script, and plot. And a beautiful spiral kick back to number 14. Nick Morris catches that punt. Cade Klubnik, a good gain of about 5. Number 10, I mentioned earlier, he's looks like he's playing middle linebacker. He's not the biggest middle linebacker I've seen, but he's got a lot of heart. Lane drops back, 3rd and 4, and a big 3rd down in the battle of the unbeaten, and they got it! 14-17, 4th and 11. All the major networks are here. This is one of the biggest games in America.
Come on, Shaggy.
Sorry, I was getting a little glimpse of your network photographers, and I missed the punt, but it was rather uneventful. It looks like the Mustangs will begin down around their own 18-yard line. That'll be a holding, but you don't hear too many boos because before the game, they give them good advice. They say these referees were chosen in consensus by both teams They've gone to many special clinics to hone their skills, and we don't want you disrespecting them with a bunch of comments and boos. And the audience is trained beforehand. Screen, oh, beautiful moves, but stopped short. Look at that big 98. Defensive end for WestLake. It's like a professional.
He's going. He's up to midfield. Clear up to the 40-yard line of the chaperone.
At the end of the day, it's the dynamism of the dual threat Davis that seems to be shifting the tide. Oh, they're pulling it back for a holding penalty. Now this well-trained clown is breaking down in a few moves.
The ref, and you got to beat the other team as well.
That must have hurt having that run pulled back. This Michael Vick of the high school football is ready for again. Hey, there's number 2. He's breaking it loose. He's breaking it loose. His speed is showing. Oh, a horse collar tackle. This crowd is livid as that very obvious horse collar is not even being called. 14-17. We've got the Mustangs driving. Look at big 58 on the inside. O-line. Offensive guard in the 2 slot. Oh, a great tackle by number 34. And an unnecessary and an unneeded second hit. And where is the flag? Come on, refs. Not to take sides here, but I hate to see reckless penalties not called. Hey, he's got number 8. Number 8 is all the way to breaking through for a first down. With 6:04 remaining in the game, at a score of 14-17, the Mustangs look to take the lead. Beautiful, beautiful execution. He just makes a handoff, a little slight pass to number 2. Leave that. I believe it was about 24. Oh! Oh, Davis is shifty. So is Xavier. 4:57 remaining in the battle of the unbeatens. Oh! He breaks the first, breaks the second, and moves up for a first down. That'll move the sticks. Eating as much clock as possible. Take the lead at 20-17. That guy's earned his Wheaties. He's gripping with sweat. Big 77 has done a job today. I'm sorry that I'm not able to get better footage of you over there in the WestLake stands. At this game, they make you sit in one side or the other. I can't go back and forth like I normally do. And a mid-range kick that will go out of bounds. In that case, in UIL, it's placed at the 30-yard line. And can that sweat-dripping defense hold up to another stop? Amidst that ginormous offensive line. And number 78, I don't know where he'll be playing. You can guarantee it's a major program. Lubnick is a highly recruited quarterback. He looks about 6'1", 6'2", possibly. He's got a 2-back set. He's got 4:16 remaining. try to get his chaparrals into the finals at Jerry Jones World. Begin with fake, play fake, number 9, beautiful leaping catch. That was Jake Grayhouse with a beautiful leaping catch. I'd also like to make mention of number 17 on WestLake defense. His name might not be mentioned with the elites, but I've been watching film on him, and he is a presence everywhere he goes. Not a factor. They have 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining, and it looks like they're about 35 yards from field goal range. Klubnik back, looking, surveying. He throws a deep bomb. Oh my gosh, it's caught! It's caught at the 9-yard line! That looked a little prettier than the NFL boys do it, huh? That's Texas UIL playoffs. Right side corner does not get up yet after the play. Number 18, Shabbat Griffin, was all over that receiver. It's not his fault. It was just a perfectly threaded in ball. Number 18 does limp off the field, and I hope he's all right. Great play fake there by Klubnik, but it doesn't gain much. Davis looking at the plays in the event that he gets another chance. That was about as pretty a handoff as I've seen. Klubnik left the option open for that to be a quarterback keeper for about a second and a third into the play. Just shy of the goal line. We've got 2:18 remaining. Just shy of the goal line. These Friday night lights are witnessing a wonder and a spectacle here at Legends Field. As with only 2:18 remaining, the score is 17-21. Westlake threatening on about the 1-yard line. And with 2:18 left in the game, Klubnik takes the field. That'll be a handoff and a leap. And it's short. And it comes down to this, folks. 4th down, and they're going for it. Klubnik in for the score. 1:43 remains in the game. Westlake takes the lead. Extra point is good. That'll bring our score 21-20. Running back and forth, Fox Southwest. A field goal will bring this thing into overtime. Should have let it go out of bounds. There would have been 4 yards in better position. An electrifying atmosphere fills Legends Stadium as Davis, the dual threat, takes the field with 1:43 to go. Uh-oh, it's a false start. Well, you're getting your money's worth today, folks. With a 1st and 15. Davis back. He's looking. He's chasing. the backfield. Now, why is that clock running and running and running? I want to know. I do not understand that NorthShore Mustangs allowing that clock to waste about 30 seconds. Off his fingertips.
Come on, man! Come on! Stop dancing, little!
And for the game, 4th and 20. Looking. And it's right up by the sticks! Will they bring out the 6? Oh, collective sigh. From here it looks just short, but they will get the chains out and find out for sure. And with the season on the line, with the 26-game win streak on the line, it's 6 inches short. Doesn't get to be much of a closer game than that. Well, I wish those WestLake Chaparrals the best. Not over yet, with 42 seconds remaining, should just be a few kneel downs. Great second effort by Shadrach Banks. Falls 6 inches short. This game certainly lived up to its expectations so far. 2 amazing programs. I don't know what the injury is, but I've been there myself with a running back son that ended up playing 17 years, including 4 at Penn. Been there, done that.